Hi, how are you? Okay, no problem. Yeah, take your time.
നീയേ ഓക്കെ തുടങ്ങാറാകുമ്പോൾ എന്നെ ഒന്ന് തട്ടണം കൈകൊണ്ട്. ഹലോ 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 ഫോൺ സൈലൻറ്റിലാക്കിക്കോ. അലാറം ഒന്നും ഓണല്ലേ?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
എനിക്കങ്ങ് ഏതാണ്ട് ബലൂണൊക്കെ വിഴുങ്ങി മൈക്ക് സെറ്റാക്കി തരാമല്ലോ. സാർ അവിടെ അല്ലേ നിൽക്കുന്നത് ഫ്രണ്ടിൽ?
Is everything working okay?
നീയേ ഈ
Do you want me to check if I can share my screen? Will I check that?
ഹലോ
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an absolute honor to welcome you all to Technical Section 2 of this esteemed international conference. We are gathered here today to explore new dimensions of knowledge, share innovative ideas, and celebrate academic excellence.
A warm welcome to our distinguished guest, Ms. Sarah Lane, FCA Head of Ethics and Assurance, ACCA UK, ACCA members Christopher Das, Alteli, Royston, Harita Krishnakumar, faculty members, research scholars, and students. As we embark on this insightful session, let us keep our mind open to learning, collaboration, and meaningful discussions.
Every great session begins with an inspiring presence. And to introduce our esteemed guest, I would like to invite Ms. Demya Krishna, Assistant Professor of School of Commerce and Professional Studies. Ma'am, the stage is yours.
Thank you. A warm welcome to members of ACCA, Mr. Christopher, Ms. Althea Ali, Ms. Harita, Ms. Royson, and a warm welcome to one and all. It's my duty to introduce our esteemed keynote speaker for the session. It's my privilege to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed keynote speaker, Ms. Sarah Lane FCA, Head of Ethics and Assurance at ACCA Policy and Insights team. We are honored to have her with us today as she shares her insights on leveraging AI and digital strategies for innovation and sustainable business growth. Ms. Lane brings a wealth of expertise over 23 years of experience in ethics, assurance, risk, compliance, and sustainability. As a global representative of ACCA, she leads thought leadership initiative that shapes ethical standards for professional accountants worldwide. Her pivotal role in ACCA's Global Ethics Forum reinforces the profession's commitment to uphold public interest responsibilities. Before joining ACCA, Ms. Lane honed her expertise in auditing and accounting at KPMG Dublin, specializing in financial service before transitioning to consultancy at Mazars. She has also contributed significantly to Chartered Accountants Ireland at technical capacity and is a fellow of CAI. Her deep understanding of ethics, governance, and assurance will provide invaluable perspectives as we navigate the evolving landscape of professional integrity and accountability. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Sarah Lane. Welcome, ma'am, for the session.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the International Conference on Leveraging AI and Digital Strategies for Innovation and Sustainable Business Growth. Thank you for my introduction. My name's Sarah Lane and I'm the Head of Ethics and Assurance at ACCA. As a brief introduction to ACCA, we are the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants and we are a globally recognised professional accountancy body providing qualifications and advancing standards in accountancy worldwide. We were founded in 1904 to widen access to the accountancy profession, and we've long championed inclusion and today proudly support a diverse community of over 247,000 members and 526,000 future members in 181 countries. I'd like to thank Marian College for the opportunity to speak today on ethical challenges in a digital age. Let's dive straight in. So ethics is the bedrock of trust and is at the centre of our profession and indeed business in general. So in order to understand ethical challenges in a digital age, we will examine today what we mean by ethical challenges in a digital age, what we mean by ethical requirements for professional accountants, who our members are, and we look at some examples of ethical lapses in the media and the evolving standards. We will also look at ethical challenges we face in a digital age, including sustainability and AI. So let's first look at, well, what do we mean by ethics? So ethics studies the difference between right and wrong, essentially doing the right thing. All of us have the opportunity to choose between right and wrong every day. We currently see lots of examples in the media where getting it wrong can lead to serious consequences. For example, corporate failure, loss of reputation to the business, loss of reputation personally, loss of trust, and in some cases for professional accountants, fines or even jail sentences. So different people approach ethical decisions from different points of view, but some examples include treating others how you would want to be treated, thinking about the wider consequences of our actions, professional ethics, the relevant laws and regs, and also personal ethics. So most of us see ourselves as ethical, and we usually feel we've done the right thing. Your personal ethics are as important as your professional ethics. So your own values, interests, and experiences are the filter through which you see any situation, including ethics. So you need to be aware of those filters and how they influence your professional judgment. So membership of a professional body, including ACCA, or a code illustrates our ethics environment as professional accountants. So since 1977, we have IFAC as the overarching body for 130 countries. We have IESBA, which is the International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants, with a specific focus on ethics standards for accountants. IESBA essentially set the code, we adopt it, and our members and students apply it then in practice. We then have the oversight with PCAOB, say in the States, the FRC in the UK, and the NFRA in India. So the NFRA, for example, follow the Code of Ethics while implementing your own standards as well. So in looking at some recent years, we've obviously seen an increasing number of high-profile unethical behaviour in our profession. So I've just included some examples here on the slide. We have China, PwC for Evergrande. In the US, we have the audit failures last year. In the UK, we have Carillion. In the Netherlands, for example, we had the exam cheating, and we have the Australian tax scandal as well. In 2018, the ILFS, a major infrastructure finance company in India, for example, collapsed due to a massive liquidity crisis. The statutory auditor of ILFS had signed off the company's financial statements, which were later found to be misleading for several years. So these ethical lapses have resulted in major sanctions, multi-million-dollar penalties, and adverse publicity that have damaged the reputations of the firms involved, with some people even losing their jobs. So these ethical lapses no doubt erode trust in our profession and business in general. So we've also seen cases of greenwashing and green hushing emerging, so I've included some slides on that as well. So greenwashing is where companies mislead consumers, investors, or the public about their environmental practices, making them appear more sustainable than they are. They essentially exaggerate their sustainability. So sustainability disclosures leave more judgment than financial accounting, and therefore ethics has a greater role to play here. The ethical dilemmas posed can be much more relevant in this space and create the perfect storm. So behaviours are what will determine the success of sustainability reporting, and ethics is essentially the catalyst in this, so we'll talk more about that later. Green hushing then occurs when companies remain silent about their environmental actions, even if they are making genuine progress. So this is essentially the opposite of greenwashing and under-reporting sustainability. So both of these things do the same thing. They erode trust through a lack of transparency. So let's look at how ethics is evolving as a result. We understand what we mean by ethics and what can happen if ethical lapses occur. Now let's look at the resulting changes in the standards. So our ethical standard setter is constantly evolving the code which our members apply. So starting with tax, the global ethical standards on tax planning guidelines have been established. Over the next couple of years, IESBA in their strategic roadmap will focus on two areas. So the first one is firm culture and governance in audit firms, and starting to create guidelines and corporate governance around that. And the other is the possible extension of the code to other professions. So for example, sustainability assurance. So regulators have also made a very strong stand. You can see the quote from the PCAOB, from the Financial Times. So firms that audit more than 100 public companies will have to set up an oversight board that includes at least one independent outsider. And this will affect around a dozen firms, including the Big Four who operate in the US. So there are obviously lots of changes being made in sustainability, and this is causing changes in the standards as well. So they're evolving rapidly. So for example, in Europe, we have CSRD, which is actually applicable from 31/12/24. And these companies will be required to comply with the ESRS, which is the European Sustainability Reporting Standard. In September, the IASB approved ISO 5000 as the framework for providing sustainability assurance. IESPA has also issued IESA. So it's clear that globally, sustainability reporting standards are changing, and that's actually affecting the challenges that our members face. So last year we did some research around this because we wanted to understand what ethical challenges our members are facing. So we'll discuss that now. So we asked participants in May last year, we did a survey first of all and then some roundtables about ethical challenges over the last 3 years, so retrospectively. As you can see, we had 41% of our participants selected ethical leadership and ethical culture as part of their top 3. We had and we had AI and technology emerging with 32% and 26% respectively. So concerns included ensuring unbiased, transparent and accountable use of AI in decision making, balancing the benefits of AI with potential job displacement, protecting the data privacy and security as AI is integrated, and using AI responsibly while preventing misuse. Included in their top 3 going forward. So whilst key themes were consistent globally, there are nuances across regions in terms of top challenges over the last 3 years, depending on the culture and environment domestically, as outlined in the map. So for example, the top 3 challenges for the Middle East were adapting to technology changes and diversity and inclusion. In Africa, we had emphasis on fraud, corruption and fostering ethical leadership. And then in APAC, we had balanced concerns on AI, sustainability and fraud. So we then asked the question around, well, are ethical dilemmas becoming more difficult to resolve? So you can see here, ethical challenges are more difficult to resolve and are common in our profession globally. So I think this is interesting in terms of what the drivers are. So we did ask around, okay, so ethical challenges are becoming more complex. So why is that? And interestingly, we had 8 key themes emerging. So ignoring or concealing unethical behaviour, discrimination, for example, tax evasion, financial misreporting, conflicts of interests, bribery and corruption, and pressure to act for personal gains. So I thought we could zone in on the first 2 challenges. So the first one is obviously sustainability, and the second one is AI. So let's look at sustainability in a little bit more detail. So at a time when the regulatory requirements for sustainability reporting are growing, as I mentioned earlier, the focus today being on strategies for sustainable business growth for the conference, we performed some vital research around ethical dilemmas in sustainability reporting last year. So the resulting guide provides real-world scenarios for both accountants and non-accountants to equip them to manage the ethical dilemmas they regularly face when carrying out sustainability reporting. So what this report does is it identifies the risks around ethics and independence associated with sustainability reporting. Accountants and other professionals involved in implementing sustainability reporting regularly face dilemmas. So this guide provides real-world scenarios to equip them to manage dilemmas, often prevented by the risks of greenwashing, for example, weaknesses in processes and systems, lacking technical knowledge, compromises in objectivity and independence. So further practical support is provided as well through a checklist of questions to drive better application of International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants Code principles, including professional skepticism and curiosity. So I've included a link to the report there in case you want to have a look at that in your own time as well. So I think it was interesting. I've included there a video as well that we did, and I think it was around 756,000 views that we got on that. So I think that does demonstrate how relevant this is for everybody. So zoning in on AI and technology. As discussed throughout today, AI-driven innovation is transforming business models. So it's getting more and more important to balance innovation and ethics for long-term sustainable business growth. And digital strategies are focusing on integrating AI and sustainability goals for a green economy. So with this in mind, this year, ACCA has taken on a lead in understanding the gathering impact of AI on the accountancy profession. So this will continue throughout the year with the exploration of key themes and issues, including, for example, ethics. So I just wanted to flag here the AI Monitor. So this takes a thematic approach to key issues facing the profession when it comes to adopting AI. So trust, talent, risks and controls, sustainability, ethics and data strategies. So the aim of the series is to identify and examine, from the accountancy profession's perspective, the most pressing AI challenges. So essentially what we're doing is setting out the issues and also setting out the routes and next steps for finance professionals. So we're undertaking this work alongside our Global Forum for Technology. So this essentially brings shared thinking on how technology and data impact the role of accountancy and finance professionals. So the first one of the AI Monitor series examines the concept of trust. That's what we're talking about today. So I've included a link there to the AI Monitor and the Trust Report. So what this report does is essentially examine briefly the importance of trust in the accountancy profession and business in general. So the paper proceeds to explore the impact that AI can have on the maintenance of trust and how the accountancy profession can adjust essentially to this new reality where technology is central to everything. So the paper highlights the socio-technical challenge of AI, and it does assert that we need to be aware of two things. The first thing is how these new tools operate, so how these AI tools operate, what they're used for, and the second one is how they impact our interactions and use of information. So I've included a link there so you can have a look in your own time, and if you want to keep an eye on it as well, there'll be ones issued throughout the year on different topics. I think what our AI Monitor essentially says is ultimately senior leaders, educators, regulators and businesses in general need to start taking some basic steps to lay the foundation for future learning and adaptation of governance practices to ensure they are well placed to leverage the benefits of AI in the future and ensure innovative, sustainable business growth, as is the theme for today's conference. So in Europe, we actually already have the AI Act, and it'll be interesting to see how this essentially transpires this year. Finally, I wanted to emphasise our call to action. So we've discussed the complexity of ethical challenges in this digital age of business transformation and the green economy. Ethics has never been more important and is part of your decisions throughout your career. So in the words of Robert Noyce, if ethics are poor at the top, that behaviour is copied down through the organisation, university and culture. Therefore, each and every one of us has a personal responsibility for upholding ethics to create ethical behaviour within your organisation, university and culture in general. So much as I hate to break things up, I'm running out of time and need to bring things to a close. So we have looked at ethical challenges in a digital age, and going back to the theme today of leveraging AI and digital strategies for innovation and sustainable business growth, we can see that ethics is the catalyst to behaviour, both now and going forward. So I hope you have found today's session both interesting and useful, and I'll pass you back now for your next session.
Every session comes to a thoughtful conclusion, summarizing the insights and knowledge gained. To deliver the concluding remarks for this session, we are honored to invite Mr. Sudhi Krishna, Assistant Professor of School of Commerce and Professional Studies. Sir, please take the stage.
A very warm good afternoon to one and all, most respected dignitaries on the dais and those who are present online, participants, attendees, my colleagues and my dear students. It's a great honor for me to wind up this technical session too. And before winding up this session, I need to express my gratitude towards Ms. Sarah Lane FCA for her valuable contribution. What she had stated today in this session is, of course, it's a matter of big concern, because we all know that ethics is a matter of big concern in this today's world. We might be successful or in one way or the other. One person may be successful or may not be successful. But what it concerns is that we need to follow some ethical standard in our personal life as well as professional life. Only then we can be a role model for others. Because as Ms. Sarah Lane stated in the last slide, if top level leaders are following some ethics, of course the lower level leaders or the people will also be following that. And if they fail to perform that ethical obligation, then of course the lower people also will not be following that. And finally, it will be affecting the entire society as a whole. So when we are connecting this ethical standard with artificial intelligence, we need to understand that artificial intelligence need to be used in such a manner that ethical concern of the humanity is protected, and finally their needs are satisfied. So that's all I have to say. And finally, I thank all of you for your kind participation and cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Research and innovation are the cornerstones of academic excellence. We now move forward with a concurrent paper presentation where scholars will present their valuable research contributions.
After an engaging and intellectually stimulating session, it is time to recognize the best research paper presented today. Excellence deserves appreciation. And for the special announcement, we invite Dr. Ruba R., Head of School of Commerce and Professional Studies, to declare the Best Paper Presentation Award.
So after having a day long of concurrent paper presentations, we have now come to the close of the day, the conference. And here is the most awaited result of the paper presentations. So the best paper award goes to the topic, Exploring the Nexus Between Artificial Intelligence and Digitalization, a Bibliometric Perspective, by Shalina Abdul Hamid and Dr. Noora Mohammad Kuti, PSMO College, Tirurangadi, University of Cambridge. Best wishes to the presenters and the co-author.
Once again, congratulations to Ms. Shalina Abdul Hamid and Dr. Noora Mohammad Kuti.
A well-organized event is a result of dedication, effort, and teamwork. To extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made this session possible, we invite Mr. Sebin George Vorgis, Student Coordinator of School of Commerce and Professional Studies, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to everyone present here. As we come to the conclusion of this incredible journey of knowledge, insights, and meaningful discussions, it is with immense gratitude that I stand before you to extend my heartfelt appreciations to all those who made this international conference a grand success. First and foremost, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to all the dignitaries whose presence has truly elevated the significance of this event. Your support and encouragement has been invaluable in making this conference a remarkable experience for all of us. A special and sincere thanks to our keynote speaker, Ms. Sarah Lane, FCA, Head of Ethics and Assurance, ACCA United Kingdom. Ma'am, your thought-provoked words and deep insights have enlightened us and expanded our understanding of the role of artificial intelligence and digital strategies in driving innovation and sustainable business growth. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our principal, Professor Dr. Ajimon George. So your vision and guidance have always been a source of strength and motivation to all of us. A warm and sincere thanks to our Vice Principal for gracing his occasion with your presence and for being a pillar of support. Your encouragement has always been a crucial role in smooth execution of this conference. Heartfelt thanks to Dr. Ruba R., Head of the Department of SCAPS. Their constant guidance and motivation have been invaluable. Ma'am, your unwavering support and belief in us have given us the confidence to push boundaries and make this event a success. We truly appreciate your efforts and management. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Shinda Sebastian, MCOM coordinator, and all the faculty members of SCAPS. Your effort, patience, and commitment have been instrumental in shaping this conference into a meaningful and impactful event. Though I love to thank each one of you by name, time constraints prevent me from doing so. I deeply appreciate your contributions and support. Next, I would like to thank Dr. Susanna ma'am, Dr. Sujita ma'am, Dr. Ruba ma'am, Dr. Shinda ma'am, Dr. Sijo ma'am, and Joshin sir, Dr. Joshin sir, the evaluators of today's technical session. Your dedication and time spent in evaluating each session with such precision and fairness are truly commendable. A heartfelt thanks to the Communication and Media Studies Department for your outstanding efforts in telecasting this conference. Your hard work behind the scenes ensured that this event reached a wider audience, making it more engaging and impactful. No event of this scale can be successful without the dedication and hard work of students. A huge round of applause and appreciations for the first year MCOM students. This conference would not have been possible without your determination and tireless efforts. A special mention to the student coordinators who took in charge of various aspects of event such as media, venue arrangement, discipline, food, decoration, MC, and all other committees. Your dedication and hard work being ensured that every detail was taken care of, and for that we are truly grateful. There is always one person who goes above and beyond to ensure the success of an event, the backbone of International Conference 2025. It's none other than Dr. Imelda K. Joseph. Ma'am, words are not enough to express gratitude for your tireless efforts day and night. Your dedication and the way you guided us every step of the way, your ability to handle multiple tasks effortless, provide solution to every challenge, and uplift the team with your positivity and motivation is truly commendable. Thank you, ma'am, for being the pillar and strength, the guiding leg, and the true backbone of International Conference 2025. Next, I would like to take time to acknowledge the incredible efforts of the student coordinators of this International Conference 2025, Mr. Sean Bijoy, Ms. Ajmia Salam, Ms. Sneha Susan Domik. Managing and conducting an international conference is not an easy task, and to do while balancing academic commitments. Especially during our CA2 exams, it was truly commendable. Despite the challenges, your perseverance, dedication ensured the flawless execution of this event. Let's be immensely proud and deeply grateful for all your hard work. As we see the success of this conference, there are many whose efforts are not expressed. I thank you all, especially senior MCOM students, that is the second MCOM students, second year students, especially special note to Mr. Jerinipan and all the seniors, our senior students. We thank you on behalf of the International Conference. Next, I thank all the participants and the paper presenters for bringing in such diverse perspectives and enriching this conference with your ideas and research. Your contributions made this event a true platform for knowledge exchange, and we wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. A special thanks to all Marianites who attended this section. Your enthusiasm, participation, and encouragement made all difference, and we truly appreciate the time you take to part with it. Last and not the least, a heartfelt thanks to each and everyone who contributed in big and small to make this conference a success. Your support, encouragement, and hard work made this event truly special. With that, once again, I extend my sincere gratitude to everyone present here. Thank you all.
Thank you, Sebin. As we conclude this session, let us cherish the moment shared and the knowledge gained. We now invite everyone to enjoy a short video presentation followed by a group photo to capture this wonderful gathering.